The year 2020 was something, right? I mean, a few months into the shutdown, the office of the surgeon that I really wanted gave me a call and said, because of new COVID policies involving heart surgery, you are now one of the few that qualify. So this surgeon that you wanted, Dr. Rastegar, can now schedule you for late summer. Between the pre-op testing and pre-surgery appointments, I took at least 24 COVID tests that summer. And those were the type of COVID tests that put the Q-tip all the way back into your brain type of a thing and spun it around for 10 minutes. But late August, there I was, walking into Tufts Medical Hospital at 6:30 in the morning. Nobody can go in with me, so my dad just dropped me off and was headed back to be with my wife Susan and my mom and the kids. I felt for them. By this point, I knew that this was a great decision, and I was confident of the outcome. And I had anxiety. The anxiety I had was whether or not they could actually fix the valve or if they would have to replace it. If they replaced it, I didn't love the idea of going on Coumadin so early in my life, but I knew even that would be better for my ongoing heart health. During my last consult with this gifted surgeon, he gave me encouraging percentages. And he told me there's no guarantees and we have to make backup plans and contingencies, but then he candidly said, I can fix it. It was as close to a promise as I could get. Can I tell you something? It's heart surgery, so I hope you understand this is a bit dramatic for me. But upon reflecting on it, when you're dropped off early in the morning on your way to have your chest broken open, and there's not a single soul in the hallway or in the lobby, it's lonely. It feels like a form of exile. Literally all I had was my ID and a contact lens case, not even a phone. The message of our series that summer was God with us. And the mental image of God with Joseph in the pit was very much on my mind. God was with me. And the song in my heart and the song that I mumbled down these dark hallways was, this is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight my battles. I tell you, that brought me peace and strength and confidence and sensing the Lord's nearness. In the post-operating room, you wake up and you think to yourself, I made it. I spent some time mentally preparing for this. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel pain. And they had told me all these things up front. I was going to feel groggy and maybe confused. And my wrists and elbows and my neck were going to have tubes. It's going to be a real tough moment. I'm so grateful that modern day medicine does everything they can to make those moments easier. It was tough, but thankfully better than I imagined. And the Lord was with me, along with an amazing team of doctors and nurses and all these wonderful people praying for me. A few moments after waking up, the surgeon told me that he was able to fix the original valve. And everything was as expected and went as planned. By the end of the night, they let me stand up, and then they moved me to a regular room. And as the hours went on, I'd eat food and shed the tube out of my neck and took walks and took a shower. I had a surgery on a Tuesday, and by Saturday morning, they sent me home. 3 weeks after that, I met Dr. Rastegar for a post-op meeting, and he looked at my recent x-ray and looked at the incision site and pushed on my chest in the exact ways that they told me not to push on my chest. And everything was fine. And he said, it was a pleasure meeting you, and you'll never see me again. Thank you. And amen. May it be so.